Right, here's the huge news story that's being broken down. I have been paying attention to New York for way too long when it comes to their congestion toll tax that they put out just recently this year. New York put out this new law in downtown Manhattan where they racked up toll money to provide congestion relief, as what they call it, where they really want people to go into subways or ride public transportation. And they made it so expensive that the average commoner cannot afford to drive in downtown Manhattan. And you know who can drive in downtown Manhattan? Is rich people. As always, Democrats like to only allow their rich friends to get away with a luxurious lifestyle. So people that are rich can afford this. So the congestion toll starts tomorrow for motorists, and this was just a few months ago, January 4th. So I've been following this for a while. It started this in January. Cars, SUVs, and pickups have to pay $9. Non-commuter buses pay $14.40. Big rigs have to pay $21.60. So if you are like a mom and pop place and you're like hiring some big rig to come in and fill up your grocery store full of stuff, that big rig has to have a new tax placed on top of it. Motorcycles have to pay $4.50. Now, if you're a motorcyclist, you just take your license plate and you flip it up so that they can't see it. But Democrats everywhere were excited about this. I mean, there was even a point where it was $15 for the cars to drive in downtown Manhattan. Here's Kathy Hochul being excited about lowering it to $9.
Under this plan, the MTA will implement a congestion pricing plan with a reduced daytime toll of $9 beginning in January. You heard that correctly. It was $15 before, and now it is $9.
Think of the savings.
That is a 40% reduction. This lower toll will save daily commuters nearly $1,500 annually.
You're welcome. Now, here's some of the effects that actually happen due to these congestion tolls.
So here we go.
You just saw there's barely people on the roads, which is always a good sign for a thriving city, is to have nobody on the tolls. And there was also reports that funeral directors will pass on $9 congestion toll to grieving families. So even funeral directors are like, hey, and this is what happens too, is that if these companies will just pass that tax onto other people to have to pay for it. And here's some of the effects. Look, there's nobody on the road. And this is like the most dystopian hell known to mankind. And you have Democrats celebrating this. They're like, oh, this is so great. Look, there's nobody on our road. Do you understand what this does to businesses? Who wants to start a business in a city that continually raises rates so high that no one can afford to live there? It's absolutely insane. And of course, like bikers are excited about that. Like the Manhattan Bridge motor vehicle lanes are empty while the subway and bike lanes have plenty of usage. Congestion pricing works. And of course, bikers are celebrating that. And here's some of the other people just celebrating the fact that, look, it's all green in the middle of rush hour. Everything's great, like Ralph Nader. This morning, congestion pricing went live, a first-of-its-kind program in the nation to alleviate traffic, bringing safer streets, improved transit, faster emergency response times, and cleaner air in NYC. Just ridiculous. Of course, forcing people to ride their own public transportation where stuff like this happens daily. Now, if you're rich, you can afford the congestion toll tax, but if you're poor like you and me, you end up riding the subway and then you get to be a part of, subway fights. It's just wonderful to be a part of. And not only that, a congestion pricing advocate was also attacked on NY subway shortly after that. And of course, it's a white woman. Okay, nothing against white women, but white liberal leftists are some of the evilest people on earth. And so she gets attacked, of course. And here today, so the big news today was that Donald Trump decided to axe this toll on New York. So they were all excited about this. And Donald Trump pulls out an executive order axing it through DOT, and also tweeting that he's a king, saying congestion pricing is dead, Manhattan and all New York is saved, long live the king. And then he makes a picture of himself wearing a king crown. And so, of course, people are pissed off about that, especially on the left. And also, it's not necessarily the best look to feed into that, but it's kind of funny at the same time. And here you have Kathy Hochul responding to Donald Trump axing this toll tax.
At 1:01 p.m. today, the U.S. Department of Transportation emailed us a letter from Secretary Duffy announcing their attempt to end the congestion pricing program in the state of New York. At 1:58 p.m., President Donald Trump tweeted, "Long live the king." I'm here to say New York hasn't labored under a king in over 250 years. And we sure as hell are not going to start now.
Yeah, we want our citizens to pay more, and we want them to pay more now. That's all her staffers clapping that too.
The streets of this city where battles were fought, we stood up to a king, and we won then. And we will, in case you don't know, New Yorkers, we're in a fight. We do not back down, not now, not ever.
You're fighting over making yourself forcibly pay your average worker more on a stupid toll. You think this is like your Spartacus moment? This is your Woodrow Wilson moment. This is your moment. We will fight on the shores. We will fight on the seas. We will fight in the air. We will fight. We will fight. We will fight. I'm basically Chamberlain. God, shut up. It's such a good look for Trump. It's absolutely insane. If you are in New York and you're for this kind of psychotic nonsense, I feel sorry for you. Watching when the congestion tax stuff started coming down the pipe, you just saw all these leftists celebrating this. But you know that these leftists that are celebrating this either don't have to pay it, because I'm sure there's some kind of government thing where they're like government employees don't have to pay or some crap, or that they're so rich they don't mind paying the extra money if it means no poor people on the streets. Democrats, every move that they make, they like to widen the gap between the rich and the poor, and they want to make it as wide as possible.
I'm gonna come.
It's so ridiculous.